So I'm live from the office today, bringing you a special treat. So as you may or may not know, I'm an entrepreneur and a coach, and I was on a coaching call speaking to new entrepreneurs, and I was speaking to them on the importance of their words. It is the very first thing that I teach anybody that is moving into the entrepreneurial space. The reason why is because if you're building something and then you are tearing it down with the things you say, it is counterintuitive to all of your goals and all of your success. And so when I'm teaching this, I'm always trying to find creative ways to tell people what they really already know, but tell them in a way that they have a revelation and they take action and they stop saying the things that they don't want to see and start saying the things that they want to see in their business, in their life. And when I was teaching this thing, it was so good that I was like, I have to share it with you all. So you're about to get dropped into a live business coaching call where I am going to now teach you how to use your words as a co-conspirator to your success and not your demise. You have to check this out. All right, here it is. So here's the most important part that you'll learn from me that's going to help you in your whole life. This is going to help you in rejuvenation. This is going to help you live life. This is going to help you with your kids. This is going to help you with your spouse. This is going to help you with sickness. This is going to help you reverse some things you might have seen mama do, daddy do. This right here. Be a good steward of your words. Be a good steward of the things that come out of your mouth. That is going to be the biggest lesson that you're going to learn from me, probably. This is the thing that sets you up for success or failure. This is the thing that's going to separate you. If anybody is not where they want to be right now, if we did a pie of the percentage of it, of what's responsible, 80% of it will probably be your words. It's not lack of resources. It's not lack of opportunities. It might be throw a little discipline in there. But the main thing is people prophetically speak against themselves and they come into agreement and they're a co-conspirator to their own demise. All right. So what you don't want to do is you look and you see, why did I fail? And then you look at who the enemy was, and it was you all along, because you say things like, I'm not going to be good at this. You say things like, I feel behind. You know, that's the main, y'all love that song in the mentorship. I feel behind. Do you know who says they feel behind the most in the mentorship? People that have been in the mentorship for 4 days. Like, it's craziness. They've been in here they got a whole year. They're like, whoo, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It's like, what are you you should just have your name at the top of the paper. Did you sign on? I mean, like, that's all you should do at this point, that to feel any type of pressure, right? So nobody should say they feel behind. Let me tell you why they say that. Because they log into the mentorship and they see day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and you feel like the student in you, because we all went to school and we had to always listen to the rules and all that. You say, well, if it says day 5 and I'm on day 1, I must be behind. No, the day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 is just a way for people to pace themselves that like to get in here and try to do the whole 21 day all of the curriculum in a day. Right? It's just a way for you to pace yourself. So for those of us that need that. But if you log in on day 4 and you want to work through day 1 through day 7 all in one setting, perfect. If you log in day 4 and it's the 4th time you've logged in because you're keeping the pace, perfect. If you log in day 7, you say, I'm probably not even gonna have time to focus on the portal until this weekend, and you work on everything leading up to that weekend in one setting, perfect. You're keeping whatever pace you set for yourself, you're keeping it. What happens is now, if you let 2 weeks go by and you haven't been in the portal, now you're trifling. Okay, now you're not being a good steward of your own investment. All right. But even in the meantime, I want you to be a good steward of your words. So we're going to practice. Okay. We typically like to practice this. Now, some of you, even with our practice today, you're going to mess this up. Okay. Most of us will, because this is not a skill that we can sometimes learn overnight. So what I want you to know is, even though we're practicing this, if you mess up, there's going to be some words police officers in the Telegram, because they're going to hear you. You're going to type it, even if you try to hide it. Sometimes they try to hide it. Like, I'm not trying to be a bad, but this is, and they're going to get you. Okay. They're going to get you because they've seen the power of them changing their words. And so they want you to enjoy the spoils of that as well. So those police officers may come out and get you. You might be a police officer, okay? You might say, I think what she's saying, she shouldn't be saying. I'm about to go in here and encourage my friend to say the opposite of that. And so I want you to do that. I want you to become a police officer, and I want you to respect the police officers, okay? Because what they're doing is they're there to help you. But in the moment where you're beating yourself up, you may take that offensively. Okay, you may take that offensively. And Matthew tells us when the seeds are thrown down, sometimes people agree with it immediately, but then when turmoil comes, guess what happens? They become offended immediately to the advice you gave them. Okay, so you want to make sure that that's not you. All right, you want to make sure you take correction well. But what you're going to say, so you're going to log in the portal. Oh no, you won't even be in the portal yet when you start saying this foolishness. You'll be in the Telegram, okay, and you'll be at work. And you still working your 9 to 5, so you're busy with work. And then you see the Telegram popping off and everybody's coming up with their names. And you realize you haven't done your name yet. And then you're going to say, oh man, I'm behind. Okay, it's going to be right here, right? It's going to say I'm behind. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove that phrase and I'm going to give you a new phrase. Okay, because they say you can't just stop a habit. You got to replace a habit. So your new phrase is, I'm excited to. And then you're going to insert the things on your to-do list that you're going to be doing when you get in the portal. So you're going to say, this is an example. You see everybody doing their name. You're going to see that. Okay. And I'm telling you, it's going to be right here. Look at you. You ain't even logged into the thing in 3 days. Yeah. You're going to stop it because we're going to hold every thought captive. And you're going to say, I'm excited to get into the portal this weekend and start thinking of my names. I'm seeing some really cool names here, and I can't wait to start working on my own and start seeing what names hit me. Okay, I'm excited about that. And that's what you're going to tell yourself. You're going to put your phone down. You're going to get back to work, and you're going to know that there's a time set aside where you're going to be working on your business. You're not going to let emotions are not required in business. They're just not required. You can leave those for your boo. Okay, it's just not required. You're just going to say, I'm excited to, and you're going to insert your to-do list in your head or even in the Telegram. And that's all you're going to say to yourself. You're never going to tell yourself you feel behind. Let's say you're going on vacation. You go on vacation, you come back, and or even while you're there, you see everybody working on things. I'm excited to come back and get my LLC meeting set so I can get my LLC filed so I can start focusing on this business. I am so excited about it. I'm so excited about what God is about to do in my business. And that's it. So you never tell yourself, because guess what happens when you say I feel behind? First of all, everything you say, when you say I feel behind, do you know it has a definition? Do you know the minute you say it, you tell that definition, you have full authority to come into my life and wreak havoc? So you say I feel behind, guess what that means? I feel inferior. I feel looked over. I feel hidden. That's what to be behind something means. You're hidden. And so when you say that, then you give full authority for that emotion. Your body will have a physical reaction to you saying that, to the emotion and the definition of that. And you say, Chip, that's a little bit dramatic. But if he says death and life are in the power of the tongue, that means that the definition means it has full authority. It has full authority to play out in your life. And so if the word has full authority to play out in my life, I'm going to be very careful what I'm saying. I'm going to be very careful the words that come out of my mouth. They say the enemy waits he just waiting to see what contract you're going to sign with your words. So even if you say, well, I don't believe that, he going to say, she been saying she feel behind. I have every reason to put this trial in her way. All right. So you want to make sure you don't come into agreement with anything. You don't sign your name, your name on the dotted line to the definition of words that you don't want to come into agreement with. The reason why this is hard for most people to do is because they've been saying things without thinking for so long that what's going to happen is you'll be saying it, typing it in the Telegram. You won't even realize that you just signed a contract to something that you don't want to uphold, that you didn't read the small print on. But that's when the words police will come. And you say, oh my God. And you can immediately shred the contract. You can say, I come out of agreement with that. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I come out of agreement. And then you quickly come into agreement with the opposite of that. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm excited to get going on this. I'm excited to come up with my name. I'm excited to do this. I come out with agreement with me saying I'm behind. That is a lie. That is a lie. I come out of agreement with that. And then you get the opportunity to come out of agreement with it. So when you see the words police pop up, okay, we're going to respect the police officers, because what they're going to do is, guess what they're going to do? Save your life. Because death and life are in the power of the tongue. If somebody corrects death words or life words, they just saved your life. So we're going to take it for what it is, okay? We're going to say, thank you. I appreciate you loving me enough to correct me, because that's not what I want for myself, and that's not what I want for my family. Because when you say things like that, especially if you have a family, your words affect everybody. You being the head and not the tail affects everybody. You being above and not beneath affects everybody. So you want to make sure that you leverage your words to equip you and set you up for success. It starts with holding every thought captive, okay? But by the time it comes out here, that means you are already thinking it. So if you can stop it here, then you won't say it. But if for some reason it bypasses this and you say it, then I want you to be open to correction. Okay. Here's the thing. Most of you are just going to hear just you. So you're not here with your family. The best way to learn this is to start to be a word police in your own house and start here. Just ask Holy Spirit, hey, can you heighten my ears where I can hear words how you hear them? Because if you do that, he'll do that, and then you'll hear it in other people. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I used to say that all the time. I'm not saying that no more. Now, in love, you can correct them, but just you hearing other people say it is going to heighten your ears to it. Let me tell you why. Because when you hear them say it, you're going to realize that the fruit of those words are in their life every day. Think about, I want you to do this real quick, and then I'm Keisha, so I'm going to shut up. Think about the most negative person that you know. I mean, the glass is always half full. The sun is always too hot. The pool is always too cold. Think about the most negative person that just speaks negatively. Just get them in your head. Don't say their name, okay, when you're on a recorded call. Now think about their life. What does their life consist of? Do they have prosperity? Are they in good health? Do they have good relationships? Are they living the fruit of their words? Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it will eat the fruit thereof. Guess what that means? The seed, which is the definition of the word, is going to multiply in their life. When you start thinking about this person that's super negative, has it multiplied in their life? Do they have the fruit of that in their life? Whatever they said, that's the thing about fruit. It's going to multiply with good or bad. So can you look at their life and see, you know what? That negative, they live a negative life. They've been divorced 3 times. Can't keep a job. If they had a job, they're miserable. They can't seem to get ahead because they're so negative. So I want you to understand that this applies regardless if you believe it or not. And you think about the most positive person you know and think about the fruit in their life. And you'll realize that this is true if you believe what I'm saying or not. It's too much evidence to support what I'm saying. With people you know, not somebody where it's a celebrity and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm talking about people you know, your mama, your daddy. Are they negative or positive? And what fruit do they have in their life? Your brother, your cousin, your best friend, you start to realize that this is true. Okay, so I want us to all be good stewards of our words. That's going to be your biggest lesson over this year. Because if you wake up and say, this is going to be the best day of my life. This day going to be better than yesterday. And yesterday was fantastic. And you know what? I'm going to work on my business and I'm going to have clarity when I'm working on my business. And I'm going to release any negative connotations. So Holy Spirit can speak directly to me. So I have good strategies and ideas in marketing. I'm going to sit down and knock it out right now. And guess what? You're going to have what you say.